Hey Rob, this is Adam, and I recently purchased one of your Ultra kits from greensource.ca. I've been bouncing a couple emails with you back and forth, and wanted to make this video specifically for you to give you an idea of what my issue is. Now, this is the problem here. This is the one that's giving me problems, and this is the one I'm using for the bottom. And the power connections are right there, and now what's happening is it's leaking. It's leaking, and it's shorting out the connections. So water is getting onto the connection that should not be connected here, and it's just not functioning. It's only drawing 0.2 to 0.3 amps. I made sure my wiring was all good, so obviously the water is leaking and it's shorting out. Now, you can't really see it, but the rubber seal that you provided me, after this came out the first time, this inlet, I tried to put it back in and it just wouldn't clip back in at all. And so I found, again, this is a garden hose seal that seemed to fit right on there nice and perfectly, and I was able to clip this in. Very nice. But I noticed when I clipped it, it seemed to have concaved very slightly. And I'm wondering if maybe it's actually leaking from these seals here. So, I don't know if I applied enough pressure, because I just pushed this in with my hands. I don't know if I could have applied enough pressure to concave that, but it is slightly warped from my point of view, and I'm not sure if that's a big issue or not. So the good news is I was able to contact a supplier from Calgary, Alberta, and the guy was ever so friendly, and he actually, because he deals with large shipments, he was able to get me a replacement sent from Toronto absolutely free of charge. So that's in the mail now, and yeah, quite hard to acquire these little guys. So I'm going to switch the setup around so that the power connectors are going to be on the top, so if there is any leaking any whatsoever, it's just going to leak downwards and not short that out. If that fixes my problem, good for me. If not, there's really something going on here that I just can't figure out. Secondly, I'm going to talk about my power sensor, or my sensors that I can't find, and I sent you an email and I haven't got a response yet, so I'm just going to quickly touch on that. Now, here's your manual for the map sensor on the ProTuner manual, and I just don't find any references other than the one up here that says it's either a map or an MAF, because my truck does not have a map sensor, and it just has the MAF paired with the AIT. It makes a slight reference to that here, but I'm just not exactly sure. So if you could just clarify that for me, I would really appreciate that. As well as the coolant temperature sensor, way up at the top. Oh, no, that's probably down further here. Oh, I probably lost it. Okay, anyways, I can't find a coolant temperature sensor. I'm here. This is my manual, my service manual, and this is an alphabetical list of the components, and I do not see coolant temperature sensor. I do have cylinder head temperature sensor for the 5.4 liter, and there's my diagram there, and it sits right there, my coolant temperature, or cylinder head temperature sensor. This is the only reference I could find that relates to this said coolant temperature sensor. So if this is the one, or do you know anything about it, I could really use some help in this area here. So that's about it for now. Ultimately, I really hope you watch this video, and I think I might end up wanting to exchange this dry cell if possible. If you could consider that, I'd appreciate it very much. Thank you very much. Bye.